Hi everyone. So I'm a little late on my Star Wars video, but Domino's right there. Gotta keep an eye on her. We're expanding her fencing in the yard so she has more room to run. But unfortunately, that means some of the fence is down at the moment, so we just gotta keep a little periodical eye on her. But I'm a little late in Star Wars. I apologize. Things just came up. Work got me busy. Got home late, and then I would constantly be waking her up. So I just didn't getting around to it right now. And the topic for the conversation is about a theory I have heard floating around now for about a month or so. I'd say it was about a month ago when that rumor, I'm certain it probably existed before then, but maybe about a month when that rumor started. So a lot of questions have been asked about Rey's lineage, who her parents are. And a lot of people are still going with, she's either Solo or Skywalker, she's Luke's daughter, she's Han and Leia's secret daughter, something like that. I stand by the belief that she's not either of their kids. But she was an apprentice of Luke's at one point. And I'm holding out to the very end that Finn is the Skywalker, because I think that'd be the best plot twist ever, at least in this conversation. But the concept came up that what if Rey is in some way, shape, or form part of the Kenobi lineage? What if she is not ancestor, offspring, or a continuation? What's the term? Not parentage. What if she is a child of the Kenobis? Well, I hear that rumor, and I'm like, well, there's no way she can be his daughter, because is she going to go chase an animal? Yeah, there's no way she can be his daughter, because the time frames don't match up. There's 30 years between Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens alone, not including probably the 4 years, I think, between first Star Wars and Return, so that's like 34 years. Rey is not 34 years old. Rey is looks like she's late teens and early 20s at most, which means she had to have been born within the time skip between Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens. So for her to be his daughter is pretty much next to an impossibility in my mind. But there's another theory out there that goes with the Kenobi that I'm like, that's not as bad, actually. It's that between the time, we don't know what Obi-Wan was doing between the time between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. That's not 30 years, but like 20-something years unaccounted for. So he's got a lot of time there that we don't know what he's doing, which could be explained in an anthology film. But where's the best way to continue this? There's a lot of lost time. And in the Clone Wars, which is canon, it's explained that, and I didn't watch the Clone Wars, but I know about the Clone Wars. Dom is just loving the free range. That he did develop. Anyone who's watched Clone Wars enough to know what I'm talking about knows what I'm talking about. It's real that he did in fact have feelings for someone at one point. Being a Jedi, he can't act on those feelings. So, and I don't know what happened to that said person. So, is it possible that during the time skip between Sith and A New Hope, because he's technically no longer a Jedi now, during that time, he goes into exile, he kind of relinquishes being a Jedi. He can't use the Force, otherwise he's going to be, discovered by the Empire, Vader, Emperor, all that. So he's got to, be a bit more intellectual, be a bit more physical, all that. Which, he was a lightsaber duelist, easily. Is it possible that during that, because he had forgone being a Jedi, he did embrace feelings, he did meet someone, they conceived a child together, and did that child go on to spawn another child, the Kenobi lineage, so to speak? For that to work, there'd probably have to be the kid. No, actually, I think that, no. If it happened during, which I would assume it did happen during the events of, between Revenge and Hope, it'd probably be like a second generation grandchild, so it'd be a great grandchild of Kenobi. Actually, no, it wouldn't, it would be a great great grandchild of Ben Kenobi. Rey would have to be his great great granddaughter. Now, is that possible? It all depends on how they decide to explain the canon for him during those years. Because there is a Kenobi comic that is, I don't know if it's ended. I know it exists, and if it's still going, it's still going. Explaining a lot of what he was doing at that time. And it's another thing that could be explained in an anthology series and could give us the final say on what happened with Darth Maul, though Darth Maul is currently in Rebels, so we might get the final say what happens to Maul in that. But could Rey be... I think one of the things that's interesting about this theory is the fact that it's Obi-Wan's voice is one of the voices she hears. I just want to make sure... Domino! I'm going to have to go check on her a little bit. Kenobi's voice is one of the voices she hears that after she gets that whole Force flashback when she touches the lightsaber, and it's you've taken your first steps, Rey. We hear Obi-Wan's voice. I mean, apparently Yoda's voice is in there. We hear, we see hear the fight in Bespin. We see a lot of different shots. But why is it Obi-Wan's voice that calls to her? Well, he was the teacher of Anakin, Luke, so maybe he's talking to her due to the fact that he talks to the lineage of the Skywalkers. But at the same time, no, maybe he has a deeper connection to her than that. Maybe it's the fact that she is strong with the Force and she is part of his bloodline. So maybe he wants to be there for him. Now that's another question if you get out there. Do you think we'll see the Force ghost of Ben Kenobi at all? Because Alec Guinness is long dead, but Ewan McGregor is still around. He would really love to do Obi-Wan again. And it's been rumors that they are actually in talks to do something with Obi-Wan, so that looks like it could be fun. But the cool point is that let's play a little game here. If she is in fact descendant of a Kenobi, that's it, a descendant. That was the word I was looking for, a descendant of the Kenobi line. Do we not only see Force Ghosts, which I think we will see Force Ghosts in Episode 8, if not 9, but do we see Ben Kenobi, and do we see Ewan McGregor as Ben Kenobi? I say about there's Domino. Hello, Domino. I was a little concerned, baby. You were out of my view. Do we see Ben Kenobi again in The Force Awakens? I think we at very least see Yoda in The Force Awakens. Luke communicating with Yoda. Ben? Obi-Wan? I'd say it's plausible. But it's not guaranteed. There's many things that could change with that. It all depends on the story. We know so little about Episode 8, which is why I'm going to start rotating between a Star Wars and a superhero video now every week, because I just got so little to go with at the moment. That I think it's very possible, anyway, that we could see Ben. But again, it all is going to depend on the storyline of Episode 8, what Luke's been doing, if Luke's been talking with Force Ghosts or not, talking to Yoda or Obi-Wan. I think he probably has been talking with his dad. So there's so much conjecture that goes into this idea. But do I like the idea that she could be a Kenobi? Yeah, actually, I like the idea that Rey could be a Kenobi because I won't really care that much if she's a Skywalker or a Solo. The Solo one actually would make less sense, just because how did Han and let Han not know about that? And maybe he did, but if she is his daughter, Han's daughter, then it wasn't played off well in The Force Awakens, I think. That's just my opinion. If she's Luke's daughter, it would make more sense, given all the mystery behind it. But personally, I don't like the idea she's his daughter. I don't. I mean, I won't hate it. I mean, if I was like, you are my daughter. It's like, okay, mystery solved. But no, I think I would honestly be more like, Finn, it's been a long time, son. So yeah, you're going by Finn now. It's like, that's not the name I gave you. Your name was Fluffy Pants. I was drunk that night, son. Son? Yes, son. I still liked that. It's obviously not going to happen. Actually, could happen still, in theory. I liked that I gave when I gave the whole is a Finn a Skywalker video theory. That they meet. That Finn meets Luke. Luke immediately recognizes Finn. I mean, he recognizes Rey too, but Luke immediately is like, my God. And they sit down, and and he's still got his lightsaber that Rey gave to him. Rey's probably built her own at this point, which she will, I'm pretty certain. And he reminisces a little bit, has a little conversation. It's like, yeah, it's like this has been. It's like, take it. It's like, well, why? Because by the way, Boyega is still doing more swordsmanship training, so he's gonna be fighting with a lightsaber again, which actually does at least lend the most minute percentage of a possibility that I am right on that. It's like, you get hands into it. It's like, this. Why are you giving it to me? Because think of it as a tradition. It's always been passed down from father to son at this point. And then just a look goes between them, and Luke just gives him a kind of smile around. And I imagine it's just taking place near around a fire. That would be an awesome kind of scene right there. But I don't know. I could probably just be talking out of my ass. Anyway, that's my thoughts on that. But again, do I like the idea she could be Kenobi? Yeah, I think actually that'd be a kind of cool little plot twist that she's actually a Kenobi descendant, not a Skywalker or a Solo. But we'll find out eventually, because that's one of those things they're going to have to address. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. I'll be back a little bit with my Who Would Win. This week's Who Would Win is the Purple Dragon Spyro versus Crash Bandicoot. That should be interesting to talk about. I actually haven't decided who's winning in that yet. I got all the information down. I just got to actually look over shit, see how things are going to go down, and see how the fight's going to go down before I start the video. So I'll be back in a little bit after I figure that out.